So today, mainly I was talking about challenges that Ukrainians faced with in the UK, and also the positive practice of the Homes for Ukraine scheme, the difference between these three schemes, and the most common question that people come to us. The biggest challenges is actually housing and moving from the host's accommodation to the separate accommodation. Private rental accommodation or housing association, local authorities housing, because lots of people faced with the problems with the housing because lack of credit history, temporary immigration status, not all of the landlords like that. So it's a huge pressure for the local authorities because lots of people in the area faced with the homelessness, and it's not just Ukrainians, there are other migrants and the British citizens as well who face the risk of homeless. So all of that kind of things, and how the local authority can help Ukrainians to move from the host to the private rental sector. I think it has been successful. It wasn't easy, there are some challenges, but in the main things, lots of people saying that they're happy with their guests and they're happy with the scheme. I think the hosting have been successful in the families of people who were ready for that. So if people know what they need to do and how long it should be, it will be successful, because lots of people want to help, but not everybody knows how it's going to be. So they're mentally not ready for the long-term hosting. But for the short period, I think it should be very successful. If you're talking about hosting and the Homes for Ukraine scheme, a lot of local authorities provide a clear guidance of the scheme. Government provides lots of information. In the media you can find lots of information, but it is really important to choose the trustful information. So because there are lots of misleading, especially on the social media. So if there are people who want to find out about some details, they need to make sure that they're researching to the government websites or trustful resource of information. As settled, we assisting Ukrainians with the immigration, housing and benefit advice. Mainly we provide immigration advice and access to benefits, this kind of advice for Ukrainians, their host and the local authorities. As the qualified immigration advisors up to level 3, we can deal with the most complex immigration cases. We also have a contact with the Home Office for the most complex cases where the Ukrainians or their host needs urgent results, and I should say we are quite successful. We have a few cases that have been resolved for the less than 24 hours. We don't have a crystal ball, we don't know what's going to happen with the Ukrainian scheme in a year and a half. As I said previously, we had Ukrainians who come to the UK 8 months ago from March, and we have Ukrainians who just arrived. So in 6-7 months' time, we will see the situation where some of the Ukrainians have to leave UK. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. The government clearly said that they want Ukrainians to come to the Ukraine after the war finished, but we don't know when it will be safe for them. We don't know when the war will finish. We all hope that it's going to be as soon as possible.